Howdy friends, and welcome to another edition of Stock Show Confidential. This week we're back at the North American in Louisville, Kentucky. Now this week we're going to focus on dairy, cattle, pigs, and introduce you to a man behind the scenes, Mr. Claude Brock. Follow me inside. I'm sitting alongside Claude Brock, and he's Director of Media Operations here for the North American. Claude, tell me, whenever y'all come into this thing, there's a lot of work that goes into putting on a stock show like this. Tell me what your duties are for the North American.
We are the folks who are the clearinghouse, you might say information central. All the results come into the press room and we proof those and make sure that they're all correct before the money is paid, and that amounts to handling the accuracy on about $800,000. But then on the media side, Terry, we also have a complete Facebook, email, news release, press release, photographic operation that interfaces with about 800 to 1,200 mediums each day during the expo. So we also generate the news to the world, I like to think.
One of the new things this year, y'all are streaming live to the World Wide Web so anybody can log on and watch this actual stock show live.
Indeed, that's been a great upgrade this year. We have for 3 years had, you might say, static coverage where we would mount cameras in the sheep and the beef rings, and they would just sit there and run, and you could pick them up on the web. This year we've got a 12-person camera crew, and we've made that operation what you might call active in your business, where we can zoom in, zoom out, and we can get the judges at work, and we're getting great feedback on that.
One of the other things that you guys are doing that's new this year is partnered with our good friends from RFD. Rural TV is going to be here also filming.
Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, which is the second week of the expo, we'll have the folks from RFD TV here, some folks out of Nashville and other points.
Talk about the number of entries here at the North American International, because I know your entries are up this year.
They are indeed, and as we talk about maybe the breakdown in those entries, 24,700 this year, total entries, and we are up 300 over last year. And that purebred word is the claim to fame for the North American International Livestock Expo. We're the largest purebred expo in the world.
You have the opportunity to see so many different type of animals here, from llamas to La Mancha goats to dairy goats to, we're having a big dairy show obviously, and so there's just a wide array, even the horse show. So you can encompass the whole thing and get a grasp for rural America, what it's all about.
Yes, and may I tell you a little gravitational growth story that will be very interesting to you and your viewers. Embryos came on the scene, and we were among the first to report that embryos were being transplanted in livestock. Then we saw flushing. Then we saw international visitors. The result has been an international revolution in purebred stock. We have the 7 major livestock judging contests, ranging from the National Collegiate Livestock Judging Contest, and most of those winners will go on to be livestock executives and leaders all over the world. This show, this expo, has always fostered youth. We don't have a tomorrow without youth.
That's right. This thing kind of comes to a conclusion with your Sale of Champions.
It does indeed. And what a great segue that is, because the Sale of Champions is all about youth, 21 years of age and under. And I have seen some of those young people with the reserve and champion steers and wethers and swine. I've seen young people of college age stand in that ring, Terry, and tears would roll down their eyes, and you could look to the audience and the same emotion is right there with the parents. And in most cases, it is because they're using the money to get their educations.
Claude, thanks for sitting down and talking with us. I know this has been a very special stock show for you because you had a very serious wreck not too long ago, and it's good to see you back here, my friend. I know you went through some difficult times there, but it's good to have you, and we always feel so welcome when we come to the North American.
Well, you should feel welcome, because I'd like to say to you that of all the media that I've worked with through the years, and I work with media far more than just at the Livestock Expo, Stockshow Confidential is always welcome, because we appreciate and enjoy the professionalism and the knowledge that you all have, that you put to good work for agriculture.
On that, I'll shake your hand one more time. Thanks,
You betcha.
Claude.
All right.
All right.
Stock Show Confidential is brought to you by the following sponsors: Sullivan Show Supply and Stockshow University, SureChamp, Showmaster Feeds, Justin Discount Boots and Cowboy Outfitters, EB Trailers, Luberson Livestock, and StockShowConfidential.com.
When it comes to the livestock industry, nobody has more pride for their products than Sullivan Show Supply. Our products are handmade by many retired farmers right here in America. And for them, this isn't just a job, it's their lifestyle. We work hard to produce the highest quality products in the industry for every family like ours that raise, breed, and show livestock. So check us out at sullivansupply.com.
Well, here at the North American, back in the back barns, we ran across Kevin Brandsetter. Now, Kevin, you guys have had some tremendous success here at the North American. Tell me how you guys got started in the dairy cattle business.
It started about 1955. My grandfather and my dad got their first dairy cattle, started showing Guernseys and Holsteins, and it's gone ever since. And now we're looking at our fourth generation through my sister's boys, and trekking forward here with a great time for the family, and love being around the cattle.
Well, for a lot of folks that may not understand the difference between Guernseys or Jerseys or Holsteins, there is quite a bit of difference in the breed of cattle. So what's the major difference in them?
Yeah, so a lot of it is their color, and their size is one, and as well as just their character, their attitude. Guernseys are the brown with a little white on them, probably the average or larger size. Jerseys are going to be solid brown, normally with a black nose. They're going to be a little smaller frame. As well as Holsteins are usually going to be toward the top in the biggest stature, the biggest frame type animals.
When we talk about milking these cows, what's the average production on a daily basis per cow?
So right now in the United States, the average production is around 50 pounds a day, which equates to roughly 6 to 8 gallons of milk per day per cow. Our herd currently is at 80 pounds a day, which equates to closer to 12 gallons per cow per day.
We've got about, I think you told me, around 50 cows in the herd. How long does it take you to milk 50 cows?
Yeah, currently we're milking about 50. When we started in 1977, it was closer to 150. So now with the facilities built for 150, we're able to go through the 50 a day, and it takes about 3 hours in the morning and 3 hours at night, and 365 days a year. So it's a good time out there, a lot of time with our ladies out at the farm.
Well, obviously no time off. These cows don't understand Christmas and Thanksgiving and birthdays and things like that. You got to continue on the farm.
Yep, definitely. Each time we're out there, we enjoy it, and don't really have very many vacations or time away, but we enjoy our time out there with the cattle.
Now, coming to one of these shows, when we look at these cows, they'll look a little bit different here than they look back on the farm. How much time goes into preparing one of these cows or one of the heifers to walk in the show ring?
Quite a bit. It starts even from at home, getting them ready and doing some foot trimming, getting those nails done for them, and then getting them here and clipping, getting their hair done, on with washing, getting a good feel, getting their hay in them, pampering them quite a bit, so they enjoy it. Usually we like to get to a show at minimum 3 days before the show. Here we're usually here for about an entire week. And it really gets them comfortable with the environment, gets them eating well, gets them on track, ready to show, looking their best when we go in the ring.
One of the things that I noticed a little bit different on the dairy show over a beef cattle show, it moves at a little bit slower pace than the beef cattle. Why is that? I'm
not real familiar with a lot of the beef shows, but I know with the Guernseys, it's a lot of taking in the animals, taking your time looking, as well as really taking in the whole mammary system and the cows in general, and then just slowly placing through each one.
Whenever you come to one of these shows like this and you want those bags to be just right, so there's a little bit of, I guess, some science that goes into that to kind of balance them out to make them look just perfect.
Yeah, on the mammary system, when you're trying to get that udder filled, you want to show that the udder produces equivalent milk in each quarter. The udder is made up of 4 quarters, and you want those to all be square. Yes, there are some times when one doesn't make as much milk, so it might take a little longer to catch up. And when you go in the ring, you like to have them all filled and showing that quality of the udder and that mammary system that the cows have that's outstanding at producing great milk.
Well, obviously, this is a very nice dairy show here at the North American. It's probably one of the tops in the country.
Yeah, it definitely is. The facilities here in Louisville, it can't be matched. Keeping them all indoor. The facilities, the walking them inside, they're not outside at all when they're here. It's definitely one of the top locations in the world to show, and the quality of the show and the cattle that are here always is true, and very privileged to be here and fortunate to have the success we've had. Yeah, there's quite a bit that goes into the display, fixing their bedding, keeping them clean, a lot of times staying up with them 24 hours, keeping them clean and comfortable, keeping them eating so they're producing that milk. And we continue to milk all the time, twice a day. So they're getting milked in the mornings, at nights. A lot of times with those hours of the show, you might be milking, 2 o'clock in the morning. As well as those dairies that come from across the United States, they, on their way here, have stops where they need to stop and milk them on the way and then get back on the road. So again, yeah, the work's very busy for us, but the cattle really enjoy the pampering and getting to be here in the air-conditioned barn.
And that is something that's a little bit different than being on the, they feel like it's kind of a vacation for them.
Exactly. They really like it. When we hook the trailer up, it's exciting to see them headed toward the barn or mooing when you leave, wishing that they were going with you, really watching, wondering why they didn't all get to come.
Hi, my name is Madison Belcher. I'm 12 years old, and I just won Denver National Western Stock Show with the goat I bought from Schaefer Farms. For your next grand champion animal, do what I did. Go to StockshowConfidential.com, Breeders' Corner.
Advertise on StockshowConfidential.com, Breeders' Corner. It's where the winners shop, and it's as easy as 1, 2, 3. Sign up for a listing on our Breeders' Corner, upload your logo, and be ready for your first customer like Madison. Visit the webpage, StockshowConfidential.com, or call me, Terry, 432-416-0379.
Well, folks, we're standing alongside a couple of people that have been raising llamas for a long time, Cindy and Donald. Donald, you actually started this many years ago. Tell me about how you got started with the llamas.
Well, my daughter went away to college, and so we sold the horses. So I decided we needed something else in the barn, so I went out for a drive one Sunday afternoon, pulled into a llama farm. My wife said, "We're not getting llamas." I said, "Well, we just ought to look at them." So we went in and looked at them, and I said, "What do you think?" She said, "Well, I can't decide between this one and this one." And I said, "Well, I like this one over here." And she said, I take these two. And I said, "We'll take all 3 of them." So that's about 15 years ago. And so we took all 3 of them, and that's where we started. And now we have a farm with 95 llamas and I think 45 alpacas.
Cindy, I know that you guys are very special people. The 2 young ladies that we saw a little earlier with the judge are your daughters now, the adopted daughters that you adopted, but they came from the inner city.
Yes, they did.
So tell me about how, whenever you got the girls and brought them to the farm, what kind of change was that for them?
Well, we have 2 older boys. Our oldest is married, and then when the girls came, to the best of our knowledge, a neighbor had a cat, and that was the only animal they had ever been around. Wow. And instantly, they were drawn to the animals. There's just something about animals. I'm a firm believer in animal therapy, and the animals knew that they needed a friend, and especially the llamas and alpacas. We have animals on our farm that I have a difficult time getting a halter on, but if the girls go out in the field, they put their head down and go for walks with them. So once Ada was only 3, so she was pretty little. Once she got used to the size of them and realized that she wouldn't get hurt, we spend most of our days out in the fields, out on the farm, in the barns with the animals. And it's just been a huge transformation. It's just been amazing.
Well, and they sort of had a difficult life growing up as well, coming from the inner city of Detroit.
Yes, they did.
Yeah. So, but now they're so well grounded, and as I watch them around here, they look like they're having a wonderful time.
This is their 3rd North American show, and they see friends that they made last year and the year before that they look forward to all year to see. They have self-confidence that you can't get. We've never found a way to get that confidence, and except to be with the animals and be able to show and come in, and if you don't win, that's okay, because you did your best. Right. and learn that it's not the end of the world. And I'm a firm believer that not every kid needs a trophy unless they've earned it, and they've earned trophies, and there's been times when they didn't get one and they probably deserved it, and other times when they got one and didn't deserve it, and that's real life.
Right. And that's exactly how life is, and these kids understand that. They start to learn that I'm not going to win every time, but it makes you just pull your bootstraps up and go back and try it again.
Exactly, and keep going. And you know, if you get drug across the ring, which one of them, we've had that experience too, you get up and you brush yourself off and you get the lead rope and you go back and you do it again, and you'll be okay. So there's just nothing better than that.
Well, God bless people. Y'all are very special people that will take kids into your home, and I heard them calling you mommy a while ago. I heard them calling you grandpa a while ago. So
we're the blessed ones.
Yeah.
We're,
you know what?
We're the blessed ones.
It's such a great tribute to be able to come to an event like this and see folks as yourself that have quality animals. But it's not just about the animals. It's about raising quality kids.
Absolutely.
Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Thanks, Don, for joining us on Stockshow Confidential.
Thank you, sir.
You know, raising and competing show animals takes more than good nutrition. It takes determination, dedication, and hard work, traits that are hallmarks to leaders. And that's why Showmaster is proud to feed the potential of the youth leaders through their educational programs, award programs, and support of the 4-H and FFA. Showmaster Feed continues to build the legacy of building champions through their innovative feed programs and nutritional research. Showmaster Feeds. Feed their potential. Here at North American, we run into all kinds of interesting people, including Senator Joey Pendleton. And then you're going to meet one of the future bright leaders of tomorrow, Miss Katie Davis.
Friends, we're here at Louisville, Kentucky at the North American International Livestock Show. They just got through with probably one of the top dairy shows anywhere in the country. And I'm staying alongside Joey Pendleton, Democratic Senator from the great state of Kentucky. How was this cattle show today, the dairy show?
Well, the quality was the best that I've ever seen. And, yes, this is the world's largest livestock show. I had the fortunate privilege of helping getting it started. It's been a great success under the direction of Harold Workman. And, everybody just loves Kentucky and show cattle. I mean, where do you have a facility that's this great here? Air conditioned in the summertime and then heated in the wintertime. And we just got through having the best pot of gold sale yesterday.
Well, let's go back and tell me about how you got involved, because you grew up in agriculture, obviously in 4-H and FFA a long time ago, or so. And it wasn't because you're old, it's because you started at a very young age.
That's right, yeah. I started in 4-H when I was actually 6 years old. My mother and dad were 4-H leaders. Born and raised on a dairy farm, still have the same farm at where I was born and raised. However, I'm not in the milking business anymore, but I still have a few cattle, and we buy and sell dairy heifers. And 4-H, I've told this story all over the country that if it hadn't been for 4-H, I wouldn't be where I am today, because what it instilled in me and my love for agriculture and passion, and still have that today. I'm president of the Southern Legislative Ag Committee.
you know, we tell everyone it doesn't matter. You know, you don't have to show cattle, or you don't have to raise hogs, or you don't have to do anything to be involved in agriculture. If you eat, you're involved in agriculture.
That's right. And last night in the Queen contest for the Jersey Jug, it was amazing how many of those young ladies was not born and raised on a dairy farm. But as they grew older, they had a passion for it. And one young lady from Massachusetts said she had her daddy to build her a barn where she could have a Jersey heifer. And I thought that was remarkable, and now she was a contestant for the Jersey Jug Queen and did an outstanding job last night.
Oh, these kids are just so incredible. And we have the opportunity to travel the entire country and look at some amazing livestock. I can tell you, Louisville, Kentucky is second to none.
Well, and that's the way we look at it, but you're right in the heart of God's country when you're in the great bluegrass state.
Well, we appreciate you stopping and talking with us on Stock Show Confidential. We wish you good luck.
Yes, sir.
Thanks again.
Thank you all.
I'm here with Katie Davis at the North American International Livestock Show. Katie, last year you walked away with top honors. Tell me about the pig that you had last year.
This pig that I won with last year, he was an incredible pig. Not only just because he was very popular in the barn, but he also took away the grand champion at the Arkansas State Fair 2 weeks earlier at my final year. And so it was very exciting to walk away with that and experience something like that was so exciting for my family and everyone else. And so especially the North American, is such an honor. I don't know, it's such an excitement.
The pig that you have, you're showing a couple of pigs here this year. How do they compare to the ones that you had last year?
They don't. Honestly, I haven't seen one that does compare with the one that I showed last year, but it's very unusual for whenever it's a judge like this that judges for 2 years to turn around and use someone that second year that just won the previous year. And so we weren't really focusing on the pigs that I was bringing, but this is my brother's final show ever. This is the last time he gets to show, and so we don't know if we have one that can win, but we're sure going to try to. I mean, obviously this is his last year, and we're really rooting for him this time.
I know you're a sophomore in college right now, and this is his last year. How does it feel when you know that it's going to be your last time?
Well, it's starting to kind of whittle down with me. The shows are slowly going to an end, and it's a bad feeling, but then again, I still have a few more years at some of the national shows. But I attended my Arkansas State Fair a few weeks ago, and to watch it from the sidelines and watch from the ring side and just watch everyone else show and me not being able to be involved, it wasn't a fun feeling, but it was nice to know that I have more shows that I can show, but I don't know what I'm going to do whenever they tell me I can't show anymore.
What's your long-term plans as far as college go? What's your career plans?
I'm actually an exercise science major, and then I plan on doing occupational therapy. So my family's all involved in agriculture, and I guess I'm stepping away and doing something different just to try to step out of what I'm used to.
Well, thanks for sitting down with us at Stock Show Confidential. We wish you luck as you head into the ring, and maybe we'll see you back in the winner's circle one more time.
Oh, I hope so. Thank you.
Well, friends, that's going to do it for another edition of Stock Show Confidential. We hope that we've enlightened you a little bit on this trip, and well, always remember, whenever you come to Kentucky, whether you stay for a day, a week, or a lifetime, Louisville is an awful nice place to visit. Until next time, here's hoping that we'll see you in the winner's circle.